I just lost our entire house down payment, all $82,400. Gone, and my husband has no idea. I'm a 29-year-old woman, and I messed up big time. For the last 5 years, my 31-year-old husband and I lived like monks, no vacations. I drove a beat-up 2008 Civic with no AC. We ate rice and beans every Sunday. Our goal, the forever home. Last month, we finally got an offer accepted. A beautiful 3-bedroom colonial. The inspection passed. Closing is this Friday. But here's where I ruined everything. I handle our finances. My husband gets anxious about money. Last week, I read about a tech company's earnings report. Everyone online said it was a guaranteed lock to skyrocket. I got greedy. I thought, if I put the down payment in for 24 hours, I could double it. We could furnish the whole house cash. We could finally take a honeymoon, so I transferred the money. All of it. I bought short-term call options the day before earnings. The report came out after the bell. They missed revenue projections by 3%. The stock tanked 18% overnight. When the market opened the next morning, those contracts were worthless. My account balance went from $82,400 to $1,200 in seconds. I threw up in the bathroom at work. I haven't slept in 72 hours. Last night, my husband walked into the kitchen. He was holding a bottle of cheap champagne. He hugged me from behind and whispered, "Baby, we finally made it. No more struggling." He had tears in his eyes. I had to drink that champagne and smile, while knowing I had just incinerated our future. He thinks the wire transfer is scheduled for Thursday morning. I'm Googling how to fake a bank error or identity theft. Just to buy myself a few weeks. Even though I know the money is gone forever, I have to tell him tonight. But looking at how happy he is, I honestly think the truth might kill him.
What would you do in this situation? Tell me in the comments.
I told my family I lost all my crypto, a $380,000 portfolio. Now my mom is selling her house because of my lie. I'm a 29-year-old man, and I'm currently ghosting my entire family. I feel like I'm going to throw up. 6 years ago, our dad passed away unexpectedly. He left me and my older brother, Greg, $15,000 each. It wasn't a fortune, but it was something. Greg immediately blew his share. He got a down payment for a brand new Dodge Ram and a degenerate weekend in Vegas. I took my $15,000 and put it all into Bitcoin and ETH. I didn't touch it. I lived on ramen, drove a beat-up Civic, and just held on through every crash. Fast forward to last month. Greg is broke. His truck was repossessed, and he's moved back in with our mom. She's 64. Meanwhile, my portfolio hit a local top of around $380,000. I made the fatal mistake of mentioning I was looking to buy a house cash at Thanksgiving. Greg pressed me on how I could afford it, and I admitted my crypto investments from Dad's money paid off. The mood instantly shifted. Greg got quiet, then angry. He started shouting that the initial $15,000 was family capital. He said that since I gambled with Dad's legacy, the profits belonged to the estate. He literally said, "You didn't earn that, Dad did. You owe me half so I can get back on my feet." Mom took his side. She cried, saying Greg is struggling and that Dad would want us to share. She guilt-tripped me for 2 hours, saying she might have to reverse mortgage her house. She said she'd do it to pay off Greg's new gambling debts, $40,000 to a bookie. Here is where I might be the a-hole. To get them off my back, I lied. I told them yesterday that I got fished. I put on an Oscar-worthy performance. Threw a chair, the works. I said my wallet was drained. It's all gone. Zero. Greg stormed out, calling me a tech-illiterate idiot. But now, Mom just called me in tears. She is finalizing the paperwork to sell her house to cover Greg's debts. She thinks my safety net is gone, and she has to save her son. I have the money on a Ledger Nano X sitting in my pocket right now. I could save her house with a few clicks. But if I do, Greg will know I lied and will never stop coming for my money. Do I let my mom lose her home to teach my brother a lesson? Or do I pay up and become the family bank forever?
What would you do in this situation? Let me know in the comments.
My wife is picking out curtains for a house we're about to lose. I have 24 hours to save everything. I'm a 29-year-old man. My wife is 27. She's in the living room right now, showing her mom paint swatches on FaceTime. She looks happier than ever. Meanwhile, I'm locked in the bathroom. I'm staring at a Robin Hood chart that looks like a cliff dive. I'm trying not to throw up my lunch. Here's the deal. We're supposed to close on our first house in 48 hours. We had $65,000 saved for the down payment and closing costs. It took us 3 years of ramen and no vacations to save that much. Since I work in finance, I sell insurance, but she thinks I'm a wolf of Wall Street. I handle all the accounts. 2 weeks ago, I got greedy. I wanted to surprise her with an extra $20,000 for renovations. She wanted a marble island. She wouldn't stop talking about it. I took $40,000 of the house fund and bought NVDA calls right before earnings. It was supposed to be a literal free money glitch. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. I got crushed, down 90% instantly. Instead of coming clean, I tried to revenge trade my way back up with the remaining $25,000. I spent the last 10 days day trading SPY 0 days to expiration options, like a complete degenerate. As of market close today, the account balance is sitting at exactly $4,102.69. The mortgage broker emailed me an hour ago. They wanted the final proof of funds for the wire transfer. I opened Adobe Acrobat and edited a bank statement from last month. I made it look like we still had the money. I sent it. I committed fraud because I couldn't handle the look on her face. She just knocked on the door. She asked, "Babe, did you send the wire? The realtor is asking." I yelled back, "Bank says it's processing, just a delay on their end." I have one play left. Tomorrow is CPI data. I am putting the remaining $4,100 into deep out-of-the-money calls. The second the market opens, if the market rips, I'm a genius and I save my marriage. If it chops or drops, I lose the house, my wife, and probably my will to live. If this goes to zero, do I fake my own death, or just ask her boyfriend if I can sleep on the couch?
What would you do in this situation? Let me know in the comments.
My girlfriend is packing her bags because my roommate is holding $420,000 hostage. I'm 28 years old. I'm hiding in my bathroom right now. My girlfriend, Sarah, who is 26, is screaming at my best friend and roommate, Kyle. He's also 28. It's a mess. Back in 2021, Kyle and I each threw $2,000 into a low-cap gaming altcoin. As a joke, we made a blood pact. We wouldn't sell until it hit $1 million, or went to zero. To enforce this, we set up a cold wallet. Kyle keeps the ledger device in his safe. I have the PIN code. The seed phrase is split between our parents' houses in different states. We need to be physically together to move the funds. Fast forward to this week. The coin pumped, insanely hard. Our bag is currently sitting at roughly $420,000. Sarah and I have been living with Kyle in this cramped, moldy apartment for 3 years to save money. We're desperate to move out, get married, and buy a house. When Sarah saw the portfolio tracker on my phone yesterday, she broke down in tears of relief. She thought our struggle was over. She told me to cash out my half, $210,000, immediately. We could put a down payment on a place next month, but here's the problem. Kyle won't bring out the ledger. When I asked him to plug it in so I could send my half to an exchange, he laughed. He said, "No way, bro, diamond hands, we wait for the million." I explained that Sarah and I need this money **. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "You're letting a girl ruin your shot at generational wealth. Don't be a paper-handed **TCH. Sarah lost it. She cornered him in the kitchen, demanding he give me the device. Kyle told her she doesn't understand the market cycle, and went into his room, locking the door. Now Sarah is packing a suitcase. She says if I can't stand up to Kyle and get access to * my own money by tonight, she's done. She says I'm choosing a crypto gambling addiction and my frat bro friend over our future family. Kyle is texting me from the other room. He's saying if we sell now, we'll regret it for the rest of our lives. When it 10x's again, the charts are looking bullish, but my relationship is crashing. I feel like I'm being held hostage by my best friend, but part of me thinks he might be right about the gains. Am I the a-hole for trying to force the sale? Or is Sarah overreacting?
So, am I the a-hole, or is Kyle, or is Sarah? Let me know what you think.